Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Right, this one's quite slow once he's got the trailer starting to get a bit of weight in it. The downside with this tractor, he's a little bit slow and steady here at times. Right, I'll fill that trailer up right there, and then the rest of this can go into the back trailer, dump that lot out into there. What have I got in the machine? Oh, it doesn't tell me how much I got in the machine. Just got some coming into here. Right, is that all of it? It all goes into that front box right there. I do quite like the way it works. Just a shame that you can't unload as you're driving along, that's all. 27,000 in there. I got one full load to put that back in here, and then one little tiny extra bit as well. So you go to there, and then we'll go over to this one, and I will turn the beacons off, and then just press H like that. He folds up, and he's away. Right, he should turn round as well. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that one's good. Yeah, you. I was driving you down to the field before I got sidetracked a little bit. I can put all of the seed that I've got down there in this one. Let's just get on round that one there, like that. Yeah, all the seed that I've got down there, there was 1,600. We got room to put that in this drill right here, so that might be enough. I shouldn't need, I don't think, not with sugar beet seed. I think that you do get quite a bit of coverage with sugar beet seed. I should be able to get all of this field planted with just the pallets that we've got. We shouldn't need to go and take any more out to it. So I'm hoping that's the case. I'm still curious about field 10. Alright, it was definitely a mistake taking that one before I'd completed the other task, but at least we definitely are going to be able to have all of the stuff delivered for it, and then all of the stuff delivered for the other contract as well, and we'll see. We'll end up seeing if we make any money out of any of this. I mean, I don't know if we will. We'll have to find out. Right, I can put a little bit of sugar beet seed into the back there, and then the rest of it will go into the front here. Put that one in, and... oh. Okay, no, I'm not going to be able to fit... oh, yes, I can. There was hard... huh. Why did it only take a bit out of there? I don't know. Right, anyway. You over this side. I'll put... you going here to start with. I go like that and turn off the AI extension. We will just go here. Lower you down and off you go. It's not lowering it. No, it's not lowering the front one. For a minute I thought it was lowering the front one as well, which is not really what we want to be happening. I just want it to drive down here. Only one pass on here should be enough. I possibly want to do a pass on the other end as well, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'll just leave it carry on here. You look very shiny there, though. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful bit of kit that is. It looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm going to swivel you around, and I'm just going to leave you going here because I want to drive. I want to go over and I want to unload that sugar beet harvester. Well, I can. Yeah, this one. Go and get you. I've already got a load in here, so I'll take out everything that I can from the harvester, and then that's got to be run up the road so that we can go and get rid of that. Well, not rid of it as such, just put it into storage. With the... like, I'm really curious how much we need to deliver to be able to finish this job. Like, I've got some that's already been delivered. Curious how much more we're going to need to deliver in order to be able to properly finish this job. Alright, I'm on a new round of recording, and we're just going to do a pass along the bottom end of this field right here, and then we'll start heading up and down that side right there and just leave the hired help to it. I realise that this episode is... well, I'm now sort of a week ahead, so I've got this. Today for me is the 26th of January, but for you, this episode isn't going to be going up until... This will be the 4th of February for you, so there is a little bit of a time delay between the recording and the viewing of the episode, but I do have something new, and I know that people have been suggesting it and telling me about it. I just want to show you that I do actually have it here, because I was talking to you last time about what we should do, whether I should go in for all root crops or not, and it was a varied response, and a lot of it was down to the fact that everything is ridiculously expensive, but... we have the Grimme DLC right here, and this one, so we got a 1.5 meter potato planter right there. We'll just have a look at them in the shop. We're not going to actually buy them and get them out at the moment, but we have got options for very cheap machinery that can be used for planting potatoes. Now, this one right here, this is 800 litre capacity, and if we just go back out a minute, this one, it does take fertilizer as well. That's just potatoes, but this one here also takes fertilizer. It's 1.5 meters, and then you've got standard configuration, you've got planter configuration. What's the difference? Oh, standard or planter, like that. So what's the standard do? That just kind of makes it like that, but then that bit right there, that adds on the ability, just like it mounds them up. I don't think that's gonna make much difference to the actual game, though, for gameplay purposes. I don't think it's gonna make very much difference. Can be used on plowed surfaces. Oh, and so can that one. Right. So can these over here? You can sow fields. So it doesn't say anything about plowed surfaces, but it does with that one. Then you've got these. Now, these are quite interesting. This is something that's a bit of a new thing. This harvester extracts potatoes from the ground and automatically offloads them to form the potatoes into windrows that can then be collected by the SE8555. Please remember that you need a home cutter before you can use this machine. So you've got to go along with that one first. And it's basically just a topper. It goes along the field and slices off the tops of the potatoes. So that's just standard. Anybody that's done potato stuff knows about that one. So you've got this one here, and this is a 1.5 meter windrow where it picks the potatoes up and it literally just dumps them into a line behind. It's just a straight line machine. Dips in the ground in front and drops them directly behind. There's nothing special about it. You've got a griddle in here that bounces up and down as it sort of works, sort of shakes it. That knocks out the soil, and then the potatoes end up in a line on the top. It's a very, very simple machine. I've used one myself. Well, actually, I haven't actually used this machine. I've been the poor sap that's going along picking the stuff up afterwards. This one here... you've got configuration left swath, right swath. You don't get to choose the direction after you've bought it. You buy it, and then it will dump the swath out onto the left-hand side, right here. Or you buy it, and it dumps the swath out onto the right-hand side over here. And so that'll pick up the potatoes, 1.5 meters of potatoes, and it will dump them out on the right-hand side. And then you go up to the end of the field, you turn round, and you drive back down again, and it will drop the next swath sort of on top of that. I think you can do it like that. I think you can go and sort of do two swaths into one. I mean, if it works with hired help, I'm assuming that that's what it would do. So you got that one for the harvesting. Then you have this bad boy right here. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. This will dig stuff. Still only 1.5 meters, but it's got extra options up on here. Now, I don't really know what these are. I'm assuming that this is another swath kind of thing. I don't really know. Harvest from the ground. You do not require a home cutter before using this machine. So this one doesn't need the addition of the home cutter over there, which is a separate 10,000. So there is another option right there. And then you've got the SE8555 machine right here. Now, this one specifically targets rows of potatoes on the ground. This one goes along and it picks the potatoes up. Right here, this pulled single row harvester collects the potatoes previously harvested from the earth. It doesn't do anything other than pick them up. Now, this is where it does get a bit expensive. It is 88,000 for this one, and this one basically shuffles and cleans them out. Now, it's not all mechanical, right? You can see there's a ladder there and there's a platform here. There's another platform over here. You have several people standing next to this thing, and the people spend their time staring at these potatoes, their arms moving like blurs, pulling out stones, bad potatoes, anything like that, and chucking it away. You don't generally sling it over your shoulder. You pick up the stuff and you drop it into that chute. The people over on this side, I think they drop them down there or chuck them over their shoulder, whatever. But yeah, you have people picking this stuff up. And it's got 6,800 litre capacity, and then it unloads into a trailer as well. So it ends up sort of being in there, in that bit, kind of like the potato harvester that we've got at the moment. And then that lifts up and it will tip into a trailer. So that, we've got standard, and you've got a cover as well. The cover is very nice, okay? I can speak from experience. You do get these that were completely encased. Those things are like going along in a moving greenhouse. They're quite horrible, but these with the canopy over the top is rather pleasant. It keeps the sun from baking down on your back. You just get the breeze coming through. I mean, it's a dusty, dirty old job, whatever you're going to do. But yeah, it's not so bad. Right, so that is the Grimme DLC machinery that we've got there. I'm pretty sure we will have... well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if there is anything else to go with the Grimme DLC. Whether there's something in... There's nothing in there. There's nothing else there. That might be it. Plows... Alpine, Kverneland, there's nothing in there. I did wonder if there's maybe cultivators or something like that. I don't think there is. Bourgeois, Kverneland, no. Let's just go, I mean, it's the Grimme DLC pack is what it's called. So if we go in here and we just look at Grimme, we should be able to see if there's anything else added into this little list. So you got those. There's the conveyor belt. So, right. So we got some cultivators as well. There's a series of cultivators from the Grimme pack. You got that one right there. It's a little 1.5 meter cultivator. I mean, this is actually a potato cultivator by the look of it. It goes along and then it rows up for the potatoes. And you got the roller afterwards as well to help keep everything in place. So that is specifically for cultivating a potato field. You've got another one which is pretty much the same. So it is potato options. There's potato stuff right here. And then you've got a big bad boy one there. That one doesn't come with any options for rollers. 6 meters. There's the planters, the harvesters. And then we got some more stuff in the belts place. Right here. That, yeah, I don't even know what that is. That looks like it gets picked up by pallet forks. I'm assuming this is something for bagging or palleting potatoes. Load potatoes into this fully automated filler to obtain 1,750 litre pallets for resale or storage. Surely we've already got that. It's that one. Nicely packed pallets you can sell. Alternatively, you can load conveyor belts with sugar beet. Yeah, that one turns them into pallets. And so then you've also got this one here that loads them into pallets. The guided conveyor belt facilitates handling of larger amounts of produce in shorter time. Right there. Oh, I see. You sit on that one, and then you can drive it around, and then that's like the pickup point. It's this combined pickup point of like the... Ooh, and we got potato trailers as well. There we go. Some specialist trailers in here so that the potatoes drop into... That is absolutely fantastic. Wheel brand design, Grimme red, Grimme white. Cover there. Okay, this is very cool. And you got a big old trailer there. That's for some serious tatey-po harvesting, that is. That is some serious tatey-po handling there. That one's 35,000 litres right there. Right, I'm liking this. I am liking this Grimme DLC. Okay, so there we go. That is the Grimme DLC. And a lot of you are saying that yes, you would like to see me using, doing root crops, trying to specialize in root crops if I can. A lot of you are saying this, that you would really like to see specialization in root crops. Why have you stopped? You haven't finished. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take this one over and start working this side of the field, because he's coming to the end of it and thinking that he's finished when he hasn't. We don't want him doing anything like that. So I'm going to straighten you there and set you going. And you're going to run down that bit there. So yeah, a lot of you were saying that yes, you do like the idea of me trying to specialize with root crops. It's going to be something that's a little bit different that you haven't seen before. You like this idea, and it's something you would like to see me trying to give a go with. I'm not going to do just root crops. I'm not going to commit to doing just that, because I won't, like, the main focus of the farm is supposed to be organic cattle. But we'll do the organic. Yeah, I'm going to drive onto the crop right here. We're going to try and speed this along a little bit. So yeah, the main focus of the farm is still going to be the organic cattle. I'm not changing that, but we're going to want other organic stuff in order to sort of go along with this. Let me just catch the train a second. Brake hard. Need you to stop, and I want you to drive in the opposite direction. Helper I is blocked. Right, if I stay here, that road stays blocked, which we don't want, so I'll back up a bit. Yeah, there's two roads right here. I don't think I can stop between these two. So I'll back up a little bit over to here to halfway between the next two, and then we should be fine. I'm going to turn him off. I'm hoping he slows down faster like that. Apparently he doesn't. Apparently brakes are better for slowing him down than anything else. Working brakes while the engine is not stopped apparently is better than having the engine just shut off. Who'd have thunk it? Seriously, who'd have thunk it? And there, right, that should be fine right there. We should be able to stop there between the two without causing any problem. So you can stop there a minute. You're carrying on and doing what you need to do. I need to go and do something with that one in a minute. You are stopping. You here. I need to move you out of the way so that you can fold up. We've just about filled this one with potatoes again, so this is going to have to go and be emptied out while that tractor continues working. But I'm going to leave this one here, and I'll get some more potatoes in a minute. And I'll jump back over to this tractor, and we'll run this one up the road and get it emptied so we can come back and empty out that Panther 2 that is just doing its turnaround right now. This is what I did leave last time on my way to go and do, was to go and empty this one out. So we get this one up to this mill here and empty it, and then we can decide what we do after that. So I want to finish all of the harvesting, and then when I finished all of the harvesting, then we see about trying to get some of these sugar beets sold and sent off up the road. I did have some people, well, not very many. I think I just had one person saying a couple of times that I'm trying to screw people over by selling the... I'm not playing the game the way it was intended by trying to sell extra crop, like just using enough to complete the farmer's contract and then selling the rest for myself. If the game didn't intend for us to be able to do that, then the game wouldn't let us do that. So, yeah, I'm not buying that one. By all means, play the game however you like, but yeah, I'm not buying into that. If the game didn't intend it, then it wouldn't be like it. It's only the Felsbrunn contracts that you get rid of it all in one lump sum, which we don't really want to do. Now, saying play the game the way it's intended, we're trying to play the game reflecting real life as much as we can. I realize that it's still just a simulator, but this is actually how contracts like this work in real life. I know I've done it. I've actually been involved in contracts like this, so I know for a fact that they do work like this. You have a set amount that is agreed upon with the owner of the land, and usually that's done as a set price. You say, I will farm it for this amount of money. And you run your calculations on how much you think you're going to make, how much crop you think you're going to produce, and then you tender an offer to the farmer, and you say, I will pay you this much money if I am allowed to grow this crop on your land. And the farmer says yes or no. And if the farmer says yes, if you can get double the yield that you've actually calculated for, then you make a killing. The farmer himself doesn't get anything more. You can also do it that the farmer takes a percentage of the income from the field. Not even the profits from the field, just the income from the field. The farmer has, say, 25% of the income that comes off the field. You have the rest. So there's several different ways of doing it. So trying to then turn around and tell me that I'm not playing the way the game is intended and I'm trying to abuse the game with mechanics or some such rubbish like that, yeah, that just didn't... Yeah, I didn't give a rude response. I actually didn't respond at all, because I thought that was probably best. I am responding now, because it still irritates me. But yeah, we are doing it the way the game is intended. We are playing the game how we want to. And last time I checked, didn't see any rule book that states that there is a set way that this game is supposed to be played. So there we have it. If you don't like that, so sad, too bad, I guess. Anyway, we're going to go and dump this next lot of sugar beet. So the harvester in the field will be able to keep going for a bit. We should be able to go and have a few more potatoes off of the Valtra one and do something with that. I'm not going to commit to doing just root crops, by the way. I know that I said, you know, do you want me to focus on root crops? I'm not doing just root crops, right? That's not a thing that we're going to be doing. But I do like the idea of kind of specializing in root crops and that being a driving force in our personal economy. We want cows. I want to build up the cattle. Not having sheep, I'm not having pigs, or chickens. We're not going into any of the other animals. Someone did ask if I could do horses. I don't particularly like doing horses. You don't get very many, and there's not much money to be made out of them, and I'm not really a fan of horses myself anyway. I just don't get on with the animals at all, really. So I'm still going to need straw for our cattle, and I could, of course, not grow any and just go and buy some from the dealership. That is definitely an option. Most farmers these days don't grow their own straw. Well, say most farmers. Most farmers here in the West Country, in the area of the UK that I live, don't buy their own straw. And I know there's a lot of farmers up and down the country that don't grow their own straw. Dairy farmers, beef farmers, they focus on growing the beef, right? We grow grass in the part of the world that I live, and we grow grass very, very well. We grow grass in massive quantities because we have almost non-stop rain for the entire year, apart from the summer where it does let up a little bit, and that's about it. Right, we do get sunshine. The last couple of years we have had some drought in the summer, which has led to lower grass yields in summer, but for the most part we have rain and sunshine in very large amounts, which means that we end up with very large amounts of... Right, why has that got sugar? They're saying sugar beet 64%. What's going on there? You're not sugar beet 64%. Neither are you. You aren't anything at all. You over here, you're not 64%. So what are you? You're 61%. So what's 14... Oh, wait a minute. Sugar beet, 63%. That's the one. It's the planter. Right. Now I'm with you. Okay. Let's go over to you. Let's see if we can go and catch that potato harvester before it gets down to the end of the field. We might... I know we've got a fast track, but it's a bit slow track at the moment on account of having so many potatoes behind it. And we will take this... Now, I don't think we've got a full trailer load of potatoes right there. Right? We don't have a full trailer. Now, what I've got to do here is I've got to get close enough there to actually trigger it to move. But I've also got to be able to move the trailer over so that I can unload the potatoes. Now, the potatoes that are left in the field here, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to fill 2 trailers with what we've got left. And we want to have as much left over at the end of this as we can possibly get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the second trailer right there in the field, and I'm only going to take 1 trailer down to the supermarket and sell it. If we take a look at the job itself... The potato job that we're doing right now, sugar beet, that'd be this one. We're on 79% complete, so we're doing pretty well. And if I dump this trailer load out, we've then got that bit there. We should be pretty close to getting all the rest of the potatoes sort of done just into that bit. Shouldn't really be any more after that. So we'll see how that sort of works out. Let's whiz on round here a bit. There we go. And then we want to turn in here to the supermarket, and we want to sell the potatoes in here. And I could actually back up this time instead of going sideways across the ramp like this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go sideways across the ramp like this. And we're going to dump out all tatipos right there and see how much of the job complete that's going to give us. 4,000 to 1. Right, done. 48% transported for field 9. Right, well, it says 48% transported, but we're now on 81. Is that all? 81%? I'm starting to get a little bit concerned that we may not have enough crop coming off of this. If I've already said, I've asked if we should continue with the precision farming DLC because so much doesn't seem to work with the whole contracting thing that we're doing, and I've basically said either we'll keep it going and we'll run it for contracts and for our own farm, or we'll just cancel the whole thing and we won't worry about the precision farming. If we were only focusing on our own farm, then that would be different. But at the moment, that's not the plan. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this one up over here, and I'm going to unload the potatoes off that harvester once he's turned round, and then we'll go and take a look at the other harvest. I'm not going to do that other potato harvest. This one's taking so long that I'm not going to bother doing it. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. So while I sit up here and enjoy this view and a well-earned break, could you please consider taking a look at the links in the description down below? We have Nitrado, who provide gaming servers who are very, very reliable, and they provide us with a server on our Discord channel. And there is also Fanatical, where you can buy all kinds of different computer games for various different platforms. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.